Hi everyone, welcome back to F1 David's show, where I just share my thoughts about Formula 1, and in today's video I will be talking about Singapore qualifying and also my prediction for the race tomorrow. Actually, it's before going into the details of Singapore quali, um, this is my kind of anniversary because I uploaded the first video of this channel after Singapore GP last year, where Max Verstappen had a terrible qualifying and also quite a horrific race as well, where he finished, I think, P8. And this trend continues this year as well, but we will go into the details a little bit later. So if you want to congratulate me, let me in the comments below, and also if you're not subscribed to this channel, so please do it. So let's start with Q1 and actually what happened there. First 5 people who were out in Q1 were Stroll, Zhou, Sargent, Piastri and Bottas. If we're looking at this list, well, in my opinion, the Piastri shouldn't be here. If you didn't watch the Q1, then you would be surprised why Piastri was out in Q1 while Norris is I think is P4. Yes, he is P4. So let me explain you. In the last 2 minutes before the end of the quali, well, Q1 of course, the track developed and improved dramatically, and everyone was improving by half a second at least. So all 20 drivers were on a track, they were improving, and you can see like I think the fastest person in Q1 was Tsunoda. Also some random people were also in top 10 to top 12, and everyone basically were on a fast lap. They were trying to finish it. Everyone was improving, of course. Everyone showing some purple sectors as well. But then we all know what happened. Lance Stroll, out of the last corner, hits the curb and, well, went to the wall. Horrendous crash, of course. Very happy that Lance is alright, but again, oh man, it's just what to do with this guy? Like, he is the only rent driver who is still on the track in the teams. Like for the last 5-10 years, basically we had at least 3 to 5 rent drivers on in some teams, especially it was Williams and the Haas and other teams, well, like Sauber back in the days. But now there is only one rent driver on the grid, and that is Lance Stroll. Whoever tells me that, oh, he isn't a rent driver, he is, because he doesn't show any potential. He just drives this car, while his teammate, yes, he's 2 times world champions, one of the greatest of all time, Fernando Alonso, but he smashes him. And only because of Fernando Alonso, Aston Martin is still in P3 in Constructors Championship. Yeah, I think they are still, but after this race they will be P4 for sure. Yeah, again, I will basically repeat myself from previous video after Italian GP, where I said basically the same thing, but basically Lawrence Stroll should sit down with his son and said, okay son, you had your fun, you had like a 5-6 years in Formula 1, now please get out of this team. I will have some decent driver who will score some points, and we will show the brand like a proper one, not that Aston Martin when well, if someone wants to buy, of course they wouldn't watch only to the result in Formula 1, but still, that's definitely like a very good marketing for the team if they are on the top of the list or closer with Ferraris, Mercedes, etc., and Red Bulls, of course. Yeah, that's still my opinion, and I really hope that by the end of this year, we will get announced another driver, maybe a return of Sebastian Vettel to the team, two world champions in Aston Martin. I think that's a good advertisement for the team. And yeah, if we return back to Singapore quali, the guys who were out in Q1, they were just unlucky ones because they didn't complete the lap before the Stroll's crash, and they were out. I am very confident that Piastri would be in Q3, or at least closer to Q3 for sure, giving like knowing that Norris is P4, which is a great result for McLaren. But it is what it is. Things happen. It happens to everyone, and sometimes you are on the right side of luck, and sometimes, like this one, you're on the wrong side of the luck. Other drivers, well, both Alfa Romeos are out. Again, it's not a surprise, to be honest. Just a mediocre car, and yeah, it seems fair, to be honest. And Sargent as well. Like honestly, nothing to get from him, and he still didn't get his new contract for the next year, and maybe he won't. Who knows? But yeah, at the moment, considering that Albon scored 21 points this year and Sargent is still on the way to score his first points in Formula 1, maybe he won't get more chances to do so next year. Who knows? But that's it for Q1, and let's go to Q2 then. Well, of course, Q2 started a little bit later. I think it was like at least 20 minutes to repair all the barriers and sweep the track as well from all the debris from Stroll's car. But during this time, there were some repeats of Max Verstappen out of the pit lane in Q1. That and some radio messages between him and GP, Giampiero Lambiase, his engineer. Like he had some problems, and the people behind him, like Leclerc and Russell, saying, "Oh, is everything okay with Max? He just cannot park in the middle of the track before the leaving the pit lane." But yeah, apparently it was alright, but still there will be some sort of investigation after the session. So even current position of Verstappen is not the final one, and maybe he will drop a little bit more. But in my opinion, it won't be because of this incident in the pit lane, but because of the impediment of Tsunoda, which definitely he did, and most probably he will get a 3-place penalty. And yeah, he will be even further back. And now we are going, I will tell you who is out in Q1. So in P15 is Tsunoda, then Albon, then Pérez, then Gasly, and then Verstappen. So as you notice, I just said two names of both Red Bull drivers out in Q2. Ridiculous. Both Max and Checo didn't like the balance of the car since Friday. They tried, probably most of the things they could, but still, very nasty radio messages both from Verstappen and Pérez, and they just didn't like the track, well, this car on this track. And it's yeah, it's a trend for Max for sure, that he doesn't have like a love feeling with this track, because back in I think 2017, where when he has a, well, he was on the front row, or yeah, I think he was on the front row, where he was sandwiched with two Ferraris. Then last year he had a horrible race as well, and this year most probably his winning streak of 10 races in a row, wins of course, will end here. And the possibility for Red Bull to have a clean sweep of all races won in a season will end as well, in my opinion, because basically they don't have the race pace as well, and the work with a tire degradation on this track isn't particularly advantageous as to previous races. So yeah, something is going on with Red Bull, especially that's the first race where they can officially be crowned as constructors champions, which definitely won't happen considering all the result of qualifying this session. What else? What else should I tell about Q2? Well, Tsunoda is out, and again he was out qualified by Lawson, and well, honestly, okay, now just forget about it. Let's talk about him when we are going to Q3. But yeah, I think this is it for Q2. Let me check on my phone if I did something, if I wrote something else. La la la. No, nothing else. So let's go to Q3 then. So Q3, let's go straight to the pole position. 2 qualifying sessions in a row, Carlos Sainz is on pole. Again, very happy for him. I really like his personality, really like his driving style, and I'm just happy for him that he shows that he is at least on the same level, and in the last few races and this year actually he is better than his teammate Charles Leclerc. Everyone who said that he's a championship material, blah blah blah, etc. And Carlos Sainz is just okay, he's a good driver and that's it. But yeah, he deserves that. He is a guy who got the pole position on 2 completely different tracks, Monza and Singapore, in a row for Ferrari, and I really hope that they won't mess it up with the strategy tomorrow, because if he has a good start, then and he can just control the pace, if everything is fine with the strategy, then no one will be able to overtake him, and GG, win for Ferrari, second win for Sainz. It will be the second win for him after the Singapore GP last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. And yeah, very great result. Hopefully he will translate it to the race as well. But let's go to the bottom of the P10, well, Q3 then. So we covered P1, now we will cover P10, which is Lawson. Wow. P10, he outqualifies Yuki Tsunoda, his teammate, who has a, well, much more experience that Lawson, that's his 3rd race basically, and 3rd qualifying session. And then he outqualifies both Red Bulls, who is basically the big team for AlphaTauris. very decent result. Like, well, decent is not in the right word, I think. Incredible result for Lawson, and that I think based on his experience, I'm not sure if he has enough super license points to be in Formula 1 next year. But if it goes that way, and he somehow has the enough super license points to be in Formula 1, Helmut Marko definitely should consider him as a permanent driver for AlphaTauri, and maybe 1 or 2 years later promote him to Red Bull as well, because considering his pace, his qualifying pace, his maturity as well, and he's also very young, let's say, to be honest. Yeah, he's definitely a driver who should be on a grid, and yeah, driving for a good team. Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell about AlphaTauri. Now let's go into P9 and P6. Why I go like this randomly? Well, because P9 is Nico Hülkenberg, P6 is Kevin Magnussen, both Haases in Q3. Incredible result as well. Yeah, they just know how to warm up their tires for one lap pace, and hopefully I really hope that they just have decent race, score some points, and yeah, be happy about it. Because again, this track is very hard to overtake, so maybe they will be able to kind of be in the top 10 for the whole race and get some points. Really hope so. And let's be honest, and let's talk about Kevin Magnussen, who is P6 in front of Alonso and just behind Lewis Hamilton. So he's sandwiched between two world champions. Whole year after Nico Hülkenberg joined the team, Magnussen didn't show up to any qualifying sessions. Well, he won like a few of them, but most of them were won because Hülkenberg has some problems. Especially in the beginning of the year, yeah, Hülkenberg just smashed Magnussen while Nico was in Q3, Kevin was out in Q1. But this race, finally, he woke up and he showed that he still got it, and it's kind of funny that it's very close to Brazil in a few races, where he, well, of course, won the infamous qualifying session. Again, luckily, yes, we know it was a little bit of luck, but still, he made the lap work, and he was in P1. He's in Wikipedia, whoever reads it or not, but he's there as a pole sitter in Formula 1, as well as Hülkenberg, which is, funnily enough, he is also pole sitter in Brazil, I think. Yeah. Anyway, what else happened in Q3? Well, I'm kind of disappointed in Aston Martin, to be honest, because I really thought that this track will suit them well, as well, similar to Monaco, at least, because in Monaco it was just an incredible lap from Max, and only because of that Fernando Alonso didn't win, didn't get a pole. And of course, after the race, well, in the race, Aston Martin did a blunder not to go to the Inters. But anyway, yeah, kind of disappointed that season which started so well for Fernando Alonso and for Aston Martin is going backwards, or not backwards. If not backwards, then they just stagnated, and all other teams improved much more and overtook them, of course. Like Mercedes, like Ferraris, and of course at the moment even McLarens. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, also great result from Lando Norris, P4. I really thought that he would even be closer to P3, P2, but P4 for this McLaren. Considering how this year started, that's a great result, and hopefully again they will be able to convert it to the good points in the race. And yeah, I think this is it for quali review. Let's say what I think will happen in the race. Well, or no. Let's not talk about what could happen, but what should we look into? Well, first of all, of course, the battle for P1, where we won't have, for the first time this year, I think, first time this year we won't have Max Verstappen, and that will be a very tough battle between, well, Ferraris, Mercedes, hopefully McLarens as well. Well, basically all P5, well, from P1 to P5, everyone has a chance for the race win. Second, I would root for AlphaTauri and Lawson, of course. I really want him to score his first points in Formula 1. And third, I think it will be a very interesting race, well, in terms of from our perspective at least, as a fans, what Red Bull will do with the cars. Well, they can't change much, but still, what will happen in the race tomorrow? Will they score points? Is there chance for the podium? Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. And I think even Red Bull at the moment doesn't know what will happen and what happened this weekend so far. So very interesting race to watch. Definitely not to skip this one. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow after the race I will be able to record another video. So again, hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment what you think about the quality, did you like it or not, and write your 3 predictions in the comments below, and let's see if it happens. Thank you guys for watching my video till the end, and see you guys after the GP tomorrow. Bye.